So, have you ever thought about having an elevator in your house? Well, today's episode is going to be all about elevators because I think they're the coolest thing. I love them, and I hope you will too after we go over the details on the cost of elevators, the type of elevators, and then we're going to have some videos to show you of what or how creative people have been in order to get them into their home. So, to start it off is why would you want an elevator? Well, a lot of reasons I think is, your health. You may need an elevator to get you from the first floor to the second floor. You can't do the stairs anymore. Or how about, you have a house at the shorelines down at the beach, and you have to have your house at a certain elevation, according to FEMA. And because of that, those houses are so high. And are you really going to carry groceries all the way up? So it's really nice and convenient to have it. And so we're just going to dive in. Debbie, I know you're going to cover exactly the cost and all about elevators. So do share.
I will. And thank you everyone for joining us at Coffee, Lipstick, and Real Estate. We're so glad you're here with us today. The average cost I have in my documentation here, because I'm not an elevator expert, but the Google apparently is. The average cost of a home elevator, it says, is between $28,000 and $35,000. It doesn't seem like enough. It doesn't seem like enough. So, but they can range from $15,000 to $300,000. And I think all of us will probably agree they're more on the $100,000 to $300,000 range, kind of defend, like Lisa mentioned, there's many different factors and types, and we'll get into that in a minute. So, like, how many floors do you have? How bougie is your house? Like, is it just simply a medical need? There's so many different factors. I was showing a property recently. They had a home elevator, and I thought to myself, I think I like this. I think I like this. I think I like this. And if you're loving your home and you don't want to move for all the reasons that people are not moving right now, but you want that single story, maybe you consider an elevator. Maybe that's a viable option, and hopefully we'll open that door a little bit for y'all so you can decide if maybe that's something great that you haven't thought about before. I don't know.
Well, I can vouch for the expense because I have seen these elevators down the shore be put into the homes, and I had a client that wanted to do it, and he ended up doing it to attach the outside. And so in order to add it, he couldn't add it inside his home. So he had to add it like adding an addition. And so it was not as wide as a garage, a little narrower, but then it was 3 stories because the house was 3 stories. So every floor had to have framed out doorways, an opening so that
on the inside.
Yes, exactly. So it cost him $150,000. So think about that. You're framing it, you're siding it, you're drywalling it, got to have flooring. So, and then you have to open up the doors and, do a framework for the doors on each level. So that's why it became really kind of expensive. But, I've seen them even outside too, attached to the house. That's really cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
and
sure.
So it goes to the point where it says a lot of times the construction can be as much as the cost of the elevator. So maybe you're spending $150,000 to do the construction, and then the elevator and all of its elements are also $150,000.
Yep. But you know what? You can control your budget. I know that my clients had told me they went to the elevator warehouse or showroom.
And an elevator showroom. Well, of course
yes, exactly. So they could decide on how bougie they wanted to be or how simple they wanted to be. So I love the fact that you have choices and a variety, but at the end of the day, it gets you from point A to point B, and I like that. Now, Christine, what types of elevators are there?
Well, there are many different types of elevators, which, I think doing this segment, I've learned more about elevators than I thought I knew.
Well, you want one too.
Most of our most of our experience with elevators is in a commercial setting, right? The big cab and it's hydraulic and all that stuff, alarms and what have you. But when we're talking about home elevators, you can have several different kinds, and depending on the type you get, will make the price range change. So that's kind of something to consider. But also, how many floors you're going and where it has to go and installation, that all varies, right? So one type is a traction elevator. It uses steel ropes and belts. It's rolled over a grooved pulley. It is powered by a motor, so it will help, lower and raise the cab. The price range for that is about $30,000 for 2 floors, plus approximately $10,000 for each additional floor. So the pro for that is it takes up less space than some other types of home elevators. But even though it's space saving and that can be an advantage, it can also be a drawback when it comes to maintenance, since the technician might have to charge more to climb in to the shaft to access the operating system rather than walking around to a separate machine room, those kind of things. So they always recommend a separate machine room, but obviously your space in your home is limited, so you can do the best you can. Now, I know, just on that note, as Lisa just mentioned, my husband and I have actually considered an elevator because he feels like he wants to just die in our house. So
not in the elevator, just like somewhere.
not in the elevator, but this is where he wants to stay. And I'm like, it's a lot of house, there's a lot of floors, you got a basement, you got a first floor, second floor. And we actually do have a sizable walk-in coat closet downstairs that, interestingly enough, goes straight to the basement in an open area right beside the staircase and upstairs to an open landing. So it is a really ideal, perfect location. And I believe that the basement could operate as mechanical closet. We could have that down there. And in fact, the closet would be big enough probably, because we don't need the entire closet for the cab. It's only 1 or 2 people going up, but oh my gosh, I think about, the laundry. I could just go right in there and go down. I don't have to carry risk my life going down the stairs. So anyway, I'm actually like, I'm on board with it maybe. So, we'll see if I really have to stay here and do this. But anyway, the cons of this type of elevator is it requires, a pit of about 6 to 12 inches in the foundation. So we have a basement, so I think that would be something doable. But and you need about 25 square foot of flooring. But and they're a little bit noisier than other types. But there's the chain driven. They're about 20 to 50,000 with 2 floors, approximately 10,000 for every floor after that. The pros, no machine room is needed. Won't take up additional space. The cons are technicians must crawl into the shaft to service the elevator, so it can cost a little bit more for maintenance. You have cable-driven elevators. They're also on a winding drum type, and they use cables, wire rope. That's 25 to 30,000 for basic models for 2 floors, approximately 10,000 for an additional floor. The pros are that some units need to serve more than 2 floors, and they offer more flexibility with that machine room location. And the cons are that they are not a smooth ride than other models. So that's the cable driven. And then the last one would be hydraulic elevators, and they're 20 to 50,000 for 2 floors. And again, additional 10,000 per. The pro is it's a pump and controller. It can be stored in separate machine room. It's an elevator cab. Takes up less space. It's hydraulic. It fits in houses with ceilings as low as 8 feet. So that's good for me as well. So it's typically quieter than other ones. And again, the cons for that are you have to have adequate space for a separate machine room for this one, for the hydraulics. So,
which again, seems like you could do. You're going to have to show us your new elevator when you get it.
Well. I mean, if I had my druthers, move or elevator, 30 to 50, that's probably still cheaper than moving, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I have to weigh that out. So I don't know.
You have to take Peppa with you. You got to take the new baby fainting goats with you. You got like a whole thing. No, they'll be going.
No, they'll be going with my daughter who brought them all home when she left. She'll be taking them with her. Yeah, I might even gift her the barn. Yeah.
Well, Christine,
but, the last one is pneumatic elevators, and they're entirely air driven by a vacuum system. They suck the elevator up the cab, which I think is more what we see probably commercially. They're 35 to 50 for 2 floors, 10,000 for each additional. In the event of a power failure, though, the pro for this is the user can use gravity to slowly lower the elevator down because it's pneumatic. The cons are the vacuum drive can slightly be noisier than other types of home elevators. And then there's a shaftless. So 20 to 35,000 retrofit shaftless. Yeah, small spaces. They can only access 2 floors. So that is your education on all the types of elevators out there.
Well,
Sounds like you
Christine,
can put most any of them in a home,
I have an elevator for you.
though. Okay.
This one is for your
Oh.
house.
Oh,
So
let's see.
I'm sharing it. I'm going to share it
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Which
And
one?
let's see. I think it's this one. So
Home elevator.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I have a wall right there where that little piece of chain driven stuff can go. It's not a large. I have plenty of room to put that. Plenty
I
of room
like
in the car.
that.
and then I have
I
another
love
one.
it.
And here we go.
Show us.
Oh.
Oh,
It's a little slow for me, I think.
It's moving a
Okay.
little slow for me, but I do like it.
Yeah, that's a little bit slower.
Yeah.
But I have exactly that. I have like a little
That
square.
is
It's not as long and
great.
narrow, but it's squarer
That looks
landing.
like it's on some pulleys, right? That's like
Yeah, that
you can
could
kind
be,
of see
yeah.
the cable
Yeah.
driven.
Yes.
What else you got
but
for us, Lisa?
The beauty is you still have your entryway and you don't have
Yes.
a structure.
Oh,
you know,
you
that
won't even.
connects to
Mine
that.
will be in the closet, so you won't even see it on the first floor when you come in.
No, but if you had it hidden in the floor, even upstairs,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh,
Yep.
when you come out of your hallway.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got. We got some goodies in here. Let's see what, well, most of them are traditional. Like this one's a traditional one.
Becomes something that a lot of home buyers come to me and it's a must have. Really, their logic is they want something that they can age with the home.
Yes.
And this
Sure.
is the way
Mhm.
to do it. So
Yeah.
resale's
Like
pretty
this
good for
one.
these things. But before you buy a home with one, you definitely
Oh,
make sure
with a
the
phone.
past owner has kept up with all the maintenance. These things can be dangerous. If you're thinking about buying a home with an elevator and you got little ones, you definitely want to look into something called a space guard. Here you can kind of see that they didn't do any extra kind of cover up for some of the drywall. A lot of the cost for this, it can be anywhere between $25K to $100K. It really has to do with if you're not planning to put an elevator in the unit, you've got to reroute electric and HVAC can get really expensive. Having an elevator.
There you go. That's
All right.
traditional elevators.
I don't have to reroute any of that. I have such a clear space for it. I love that.
I
Just
think
open the door.
I'm intrigued about this one. Let's go to this one.
I'm like, please show us the
Elevator
secret.
in your house.
Look at this. That's snazzy.
But wait a minute.
Wow. I like it.
Okay.
Okay. Now that's similar to I think Stephanie's with that little accordion.
Yep. I love
Why
it.
does it have to be so secret, though? I mean, why? Oh, because is it like in the family room or something?
Well, maybe where the location is, but I think also it would deter children, people visiting the house to play on it. Maybe you would know.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So let's check out this one. This one,
Alrighty.
it looks
I saw
different.
that cage one. What is it? Home goal.
I'm so cool. Don't ask me, just do what you do. Meet me in the crowd. It's going
That's a
Oh, my
one-person
goodness.
elevator.
For me.
What? Yeah,
I
it's
can't
like a
get my
tube,
laundry
right?
basket in that one. I'd have to stand in the laundry basket.
No, you can't get a laundry basket in that one.
Yeah,
No.
that one's
What
not going to
things
work
you
for
think
me.
of?
That's like a tube. Like that reminds me of something at the bank drive-through.
All right. Let's see what got
Very
this
West
one.
Nashville.
Oh, we got what you looking for. What you looking for? We got what you looking for. What you looking for? We
Oh,
got
a mirror
what you looking
door.
A mirror door. Okay, I see.
Power
All
door.
right.
That's going to be a little
That's
more.
good. That's good.
I do like Vanna White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cute. I can get the laundry basket in there, but I don't know if I need all the mirrors.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I
Well,
just
that
love
was
people's
great.
creativity.
That was fantastic.
I know.
All right.
You know, I wanted to share one that I'll have to dig it up. Maybe I can show it to you if I find it. But when I was a little girl, and I was in Delaware, Rockford Park, there was a lot of big, massive mansions. I did not live in one. I'm just going to say that. I had a little tiny townhouse, but I would just walk, like kids do, walk around the neighborhood, ride your bike, became friends with the neighbors. And one particular neighbor used to always have me come in. I could read books in her library. She's so sweet.
Oh.
So she says, "You want to ride in the elevator?" And I went, "Oh, my eyes got all big. I'm a little girl. I mean, I don't have an elevator in my house." That was like the first experience. Elevators in a house?
Yeah.
So I went on the elevator and there's nothing to hold on to. It moved very slowly, but just to give you think of the box itself. So all this is a floor that moves. There's nothing else around. So you're standing on the floor and it moves up each level, but inside the space is everything that would apply to that floor. So the elevator was at the back of the kitchen. So her pantry was all on the sides. So like you went in, you were going into her pantry, but if you wanted to go up to the next floor, you just hit the button and then the floor would start to move, and kind of like if you were in Disney World in a haunted house, the wall is moving, you know?
Yeah.
Wow,
And
that
then
must
the
be
next,
an engineering trick to build.
oh my gosh, it was like, I mean, it was so impressive to me. I'm still sharing that story. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it just was a wow factor, and I loved it. Yeah. I mean,
Did you
other
know
ones
her?
that I would run into, people would do those food shafts the pulleys to bring the food up.
Right,
Because I used to babysit the kids. Yeah, the dumb waiters.
Yeah.
That I thought was like, ooh,
Yeah, those are amazing. I used to think
Yeah.
laundry chutes were crazy. Great.
well, yeah, that
What
too.
a great idea. Until the sock is hung on a bolt, you know, and where's that missing sock? Oh,
Oh my gosh, I
somebody
wish I could show you this video I saw. The guy has like a vacuum. And the hole is about this big. And the kids are going into the bathroom, and all they do is they throw their shirt at the hole, and it goes whoosh, and just sucks the clothes right into the wall. I'm like, oh my
I
God.
know.
I mean, how do you do a pair of jeans or sheets? You couldn't do that. That would be like clogging it. But
well, the dumbwaiter, until one very smart, probably a woman, dare I say, decided, why are we not putting the laundry on the same room as the bedrooms?
yes,
I'll just say.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I have to say, I mean, I grew up with laundry in the basement. So did my husband. We thought that's where laundry should be, in the basement in case of a flood. Best place, right? No problems. And I remember our first house, the laundry was on the 3rd floor, and he said, that's going to be a problem. And we relocated it quickly to the basement.
Oh, you did?
Yep. He wanted it in the basement because in case it floods. So, you know, we're going to, all this stuff. Now I'm like, now it's on the 1st floor. And I'm like, oh, that's great. You know, I just have to go to off the kitchen.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, I wish it was outside. I wish it was in my closet.
And a lot of people have that. They have wash and dryer.
I think I would do laundry more often.
In the closet. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I've seen that.
Carrying it up and down the stairs. That's really, to me, that's a justification for the elevator for me right now. It's just too. Yeah.
So should we take a poll?
Yeah.
Raise your hand. Yeah. Say aye if you would be up for an elevator.
Aye.
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 Well, there you have it, guys.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode. Make sure you like and comment below if you have an elevator. And what is your elevator like? We would love to know that. And have a great evening. And thank you for listening to Coffee, Lipstick, and Real Estate. Till our next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.